to live here, and nowadays we have people paying a lot in order to look like the working class. So yeah, we are now on the so-called Folkestonsgatan, and you might know Soho from New York. Well, here in Stockholm we have SoFo, which means south of Folkestonsgatan. And this is in 2014, the Vogue magazine decided that SoFo is one of the fanciest and nicest neighborhoods in the world. Only Systembolaget where you can buy alcohol, and well, you might drink alcohol when you're under 21, but you cannot buy it under 21. And here this shop closes on Saturdays at 3 and is not open on Sundays at all. So this is really restricted over here. And also you won't see a lot of people smoking, because in Sweden smoking is really not many people do it, because the Swedes are kind of people who really care about others. So what they don't like about smoking is not even that it's not good for their own health, but it might also bother other people around them. So that is actually the reason why you won't see a lot of people smoking here. In general, you can say that when Swedish people are going out in the night, they really suit up, which was for me especially a bit weird at the beginning, because also on student parties they would be really dressed up, and yeah, it's something you really have to get used to it. When you look now up on your right side, you will see one of the nicest shopping streets, especially on Södermalm. We are now going through the Södertunnel. And yeah, this tunnel was actually, it literally divided the population in Stockholm, because it's true that people in Sweden, they really don't like so many changes in their cities, and always when somebody wants to tear down something or build something new, there are always huge discussions. But most of the time, in the end, people are quite happy with it. But in general, you will realize that we will see a lot of construction sites nowadays today, because big parts are always restored, which is also sometimes going a bit not so easy here. We're now coming or crossing the lock, which I already mentioned earlier. Also here, a very big construction site. It has to be built a few times every 10 years, because it's breaking apart if you don't do that. And this solution was already built in 1910, because traffic was getting bigger here in Stockholm, and this solution here helped to control traffic from 6 sides. So yeah, it's really needed. In front of us, we are now seeing the old town, which we will walk through later. When you now look to the left, you will see Stockholm from Södermalm from the other side, and there you can really see that it's really a high part, a high island compared to here, to the old town. On our left-hand side, we will now drive along an island called Riddarholmen. You will see the red church on it. It's the oldest red brick building you will find in Stockholm. And Riddarholmen is also known as the island of nobility. It's not used anymore today for living, because it's the governmental and court center of the city nowadays. But in former times, the nobility would used to live on this, on the left island, you see to your left. And in a few seconds, also to your left side, you will see the Riddarholmshuset, which is the house of nobility. It was actually said that it's one of the most beautiful buildings in Northern Europe, so please look to your left right now. And it's a place for events for the nobility. You can find there 2,000 weapons of noble families, and nowadays we only have 600 left. But yeah, it's still used from them for weddings and concerts and so on. And this is something also quite characteristic about Sweden, that you still have these traditions for the nobility. Now we have two very significant buildings we will see. The one on our left-hand side is the parliament, the Swedish parliament, and to your right-hand side you will see the palace, the royal palace. Yeah, you see, you even can see the flag right now with the stamp of the city, so you know that the king is even here. But yeah, I will tell you a lot more later about the palace when we are doing our Old Town walk later. Foreign ministry nowadays, but was once built for the sister of Gustav III, another king we had here. And yeah, it's designed like the opera, so it mirrors a bit. It's now on your left-hand side. Maybe here, no, in the next one.
Then I can come around.
Perfect.
Stop there. I don't know if I can leave the bus there probably not. Just like that.
That's awesome. There you go. Fox I think this is
I'm excited. I might not even take the coat. That's us at home. I feel like it's not going to be that cold.
Oh, we'll never know.
Going into the ice bar! Okay, is everybody ready? Hey, this is so cool. That's so cool. Touched ice. It's not even that cold in here. Oh, why did I get a blue shirt? This is so... Oh, I need a throne picture, that's for sure. That's what I need. Ooh. Thank you. This is so cool. Can we talk about how bougie this hotel is? Like, this is so sweet. Oh my gosh. It is crazy how, like, look at, oh my god, didn't even notice, a spiral staircase. What?
So they've only got 2 games as well, right? It's like one day, there's like Monday and Wednesday. I'd still like to know, it was 5-3, it was the first game.
Oh, horseshit.
Or the second game was. Catherine was here. Looks like
thing they actually had to rescue was the king, because the king died 3 days before and was still here, and his body was still in the palace. So that was the first thing they had to throw out of the window. But to rescue, yeah, the fire destroyed almost all of the castle. Only the northern side, which you see today is covered in plastic, is the one that could be rescued because it was renovated a few years before and they had fire stops. So today it's in the style of palace, Roman palace, but the Swedish population actually calls it a shoebox. Olaus Petri was the man who was responsible for the Reformation here in Sweden in 1527. He was learning in Germany under Martin Luther and came back with the swords, and he was not really well received because, yeah, it was in many countries the case. But fortunately, in Gustav Vasa, one of the first modern king here in Sweden, we will talk about him a bit later as well, he found someone who was defending his ideas. And Gustav Vasa was the first person here in Sweden to break with the Catholic Church. He turned down a lot of Catholic churches, but he made it smaller. You can see this here, the stone running into another direction. This is the actual size of how this church was. And today this church is known under another name here in Sweden at least. It's the Happy Church. Because it's this church where Victoria, the crown princess, married her Daniel, and also where the king and the queen married in 1975. And it will also be this church where crown princess Victoria will be crowned queen eventually. So yeah, this is a very important church here in Sweden. Formerly there was a document that mentioned a church on this place already in 1279. So that was one of the oldest buildings. The one you see today was built later in 1740s when the castle was finally finished. They had to make a facelifting to make it look alike.
It goes downhill.
This one is probably it's the smallest and probably also the cutest statue you will find in Stockholm. It's the little boy looking at the moon from this Eriksson, an artist who gave this sculpture to the Finnish community. And yeah, this Eriksson was an artist. He had troubles to sleep when he was a child, so he was often sitting on his bed and looking outside of the window on the moon. So this is him when he was a child, and the cute thing about it is that there is a woman here in the whole town who fell in love with the little guy. And yeah, she always knits stuff for him when it's cold. Normally he also has a little beanie. And yeah, here he has a scarf. And the nice thing also is he's always up to date because he gets almost every week a new clothes. So yeah, he's always very trendy. And you can also see his head is very shiny. If anybody needs some luck, well, you can touch this little guy and it will bring you luck. Well, that's what you say.
Thanks for putting it. I need that. This old town is gorgeous. Look at these alleyways, and it was so cute. Oh my gosh. Something about that is always so aesthetic. Like, this is aesthetically pleasing. Like, look at how pretty that is. I can't get over it. It is gorgeous here. Beyond gorgeous. I'm not sure exactly what we're looking at, but...
In 1527, Sweden changed from Catholicism to Lutheranism because, of course, they had no other choice. At this point, I have to say that this scene, the Sun Turtle and Dragon, in every country you have a different story of it. So this is really small. I know, yeah, you're... how this place got its name. It's called Brenda Tomten, Burned Property. And this brings me to a story. In the 17th century, it was still very common to pay a fee for the firemen. So you had a little sign above your house, and when the fire saw you, if you would have this sign, they know they could put down the fire. But if another house would have no sign, they would stand there and wait until the house with the sign would also burn, and then they would start to put down the fire. So this is how it worked in medieval times, and I'm very happy it's not like that anymore. But what is interesting about Stockholm is that it was in the 17th century one of the first cities that started in Europe to build their cities or their houses from stone instead of wood, in order to make it not so easily burn. And also at this place you can really nicely see how people might have lived in this time, because you can also see that at the second floor normally people would have lived. They would have rented out the down floor for restaurants or shops and so on, and they would take their food to the attic to store it there. Also in Stockholm, in the old town, you can you know which buildings are from the 13th, 14th and 15th centuries when you look at their cellar. When they still have a cellar with a stone, you know that they are from these times. The later buildings are one floor higher, and they are from the 17th century normally. So you will find a lot of coffees and restaurants here which are still with the cellar.
Well, 6 times 8.
48.
Yeah.
It like takes my breath away. It is beautiful. Definitely Stockholm is on like top of the list for prettiest cities, I'm not gonna lie. That's so cool. Hi. Bye, girls. Bye. So over here, they're playing soccer, and you saw cupping and stuff like that. It was so cute. They're also throwing shoes, which confuses me, so I'm not sure why that happened, but it did. I don't know. Something about this place is just so, like, it's so aesthetically pleasing, and it's just so, I don't know, it's so pretty.
holidays in camp, and they were trying things with dynamite. Well, what sometimes happens with dynamite, things get blown, and this time it was his little brother who was killed. They published Alfred Nobel, the man who became rich by finding ways to kill more people than ever finally died himself. So he was like, that was not his intention by inventing dynamite, and that's also not how he wanted to be kept in the mind of people. So that is why he eventually founded the Nobel Prizes, which are today given to people of any nationality who try to make the world a bit better. He founded a system for naming plants or grouping plants in Latin names. So he made it possible for people all around the world to talk about the same group of plants. He also had on the other side a man called Vesalius, and if someone here is into chemistry, you might know him, because he was the founder of the period system. So that we have today H2O is because of him. And we also have someone, and I learned yesterday with my first American group that you don't use it in America, but it doesn't matter, who is called Celsius. Yeah.
Celsius.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's for the temperature, of course. So we have a lot of things coming from Sweden we actually use every day, and even don't know that these founders come from Sweden. Like, example, the candy cane is also from Sweden. So